bring back rock.
Hey, it's Dean and welcome to Bring Back Rock. Today we're going to talk about a band that had some initial success with their first single, Stranger Than Paradise. Got some airplay, got a lot of video play, but if that's all you know about them, you're missing out on quite a bit. So let me tell you a little bit about them, and then I'll play you some samples and catch up with you at the end. Now let's talk about that band from Amsterdam, Beez. All right, before we get started on the Beez, let me just first apologize for any mispronunciations of their very Dutch names. All right, let's get going. Formed in the Netherlands by drummer Jan Koster and guitarist Chris van Jaarsveld. They had exactly one song written when signed and sent into the studio by 21 Records. That song was Girls, Girls, Nasty, Nasty. They told the label they had a band. They didn't. They went into the studio and played all the instruments between the two of them. Between recording, they hooked up with singer Tig Tiger Fawzy, formerly of the band White Heat. They would write a song in the morning and record it in the afternoon, auditioning band members in the studio. By the time the recording was done, they had an album and a full band. Now, personal and musical differences led to Tiger being replaced on vocals for the next album by Andrew Elt. The second album was mostly written by the time Elt joined up. As a matter of fact, the music on the album is what convinced Elt to leave his current band and join the Beez. That second album was shopped around and led to a major label deal with Atlantic Records. As far as I can tell, it was released on Red Bullet in the Netherlands in 1989 and quickly picked up by Atlantic, released in the US in 1990. Now, this band's lineup stayed the same throughout the rest of their career. The lineup being Andrew Elt on vocals, Jan Koster on drums, Chris van Jaarsveld on guitar, Don van Spal also on guitar, and Ed Jangsma on bass. Now, the lead-off single for their second album, Screwed, Blued, and Tattooed, was Stranger Than Paradise, which found airplay and significant rotation on MTV, and the debut cracked the Billboard Top 100 album charts. The band found themselves opening some shows for Skid Row before headlining over 80 shows across North America. The band blames lack of management for securing a major opening slot for them. By the end of 1990, most of the follow-up album, Power Tool, was written. However, Atlantic rejected the songs and sent the band to LA to write with some co-writers. Here again is where the band says lack of management killed them. Management could have played middleman between the band and the label. After wasting time in LA and some back and forth with the label, their songs were eventually greenlit, and recording of their second major label record, third album overall, commenced in England. It was released in 1992, 2 years after most of the writing was already done. Musical climates had changed by that time, and Stone Temple Pilots was now the focus at the label. 2 years later, in 1994, the band released their fourth album, third with vocalist Andrew Elt on Red Bullet. The album was Insanity Beach, and although the sound is definitely still sleaze, it was their darkest and heaviest album to date, a fact the band says was due to cracks in the band's solidarity seeping into the music. So the album gets released in 1994, the band is all set to tour, the tour is booked, and the band simply wasn't a cohesive unit, and rather than fake it, they decided to cancel the tour and call it a day. There were some shows played, and there was a live album, Live in Tokyo, that was released in 1995. In 1996, Jan Koster announced he had a wrist injury preventing him from playing. In the late 90s, 3/5 of the Sleaze formed the rock-punk band Jetland and even scored a Dutch top 40 hit. Andrew Elt is currently fronting the band 7 Miles to Pittsburgh. Last note on the Sleaze. In 2010, the Beez reformed to open up a show for Stone Temple Pilots and Aerosmith. Shortly after, in February of 2011, they played a final show to call it a day and say thank you to the fans in Amsterdam. Currently, all members get along like brothers, but there are no current plans to reunite. All right, it's music time. I'm going to play a little Beez and then catch up with you at the end.
You can't stop me
judge. Just a midnight rider on an endless road. I'm a soul survivor carrying a heavy load now. I don't want to live without you. I don't want to feel the pain. I don't want to live without you. Nothing's gonna change it. Never want to live without you. Don't think I can stand the pain. I don't wanna live without you. I don't wanna change it. It's just me and you, and not a damn thing anyone else can do. Baby, baby, our love is true. Oh, don't you change it. Me and the boys went out for a ride. Typical attitude, we almost died. Coming out of the 7-Eleven. The road was blocked, she was a 747. Turn it up, turn around. You got me spellbound. Nothing can stop us, nothing at all. Nothing can stop us, nothing at all. A big fat bite to try to poker. She said, no, 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 you're just another joker. No need to let a good thing go to waste. Oh, but I'm sorry, this one's on me. No money back, no guarantee. I come and get this one for free. It tastes so good, it hurts so bad. It turns me on, it drives me mad. What's that smell? It ain't the way you look at me. It ain't perfume, it must be. What's that smell? What's that smell? Spreading from town to town across this nation, until we found what we're searching for. We are waiting. We are searching for some girls, nasty, nasty. Girls, nasty, nasty. Talking about girls, talking about you. We're getting close, I can almost taste it. Now you know I love you. I could never love another girl. I'll do anything you want me to, but it's not enough. You're making me feel just like a prisoner of love. You bring out the rebel in me. Oh baby, you bring out the rebel. Yeah.
All right, so that was a little bit on the sleaze bees. Where can you find it? Well, you can find their albums in the secondary market. They're not too expensive. Power Tool's starting to get up in that $30 range. The vinyl's insane. Bad Reputation Records has re-released Screwed, Blued, and Tattooed, as well as Insanity Beach, so you can find it there. I'd like to thank Marky, Mike, Christian, Terry, the band Monotrone, and the X Stratocaster, all for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I really love seeing those numbers crawl up there. It makes my day. I also want to thank Michelle for our new Bring Back Rock logo, which you can see probably about here. And if you hit that button, you'll subscribe. So that's awesome. Thanks for that. And we will catch you on the next episode. Thanks, everybody, for watching.